All right, let's play a game of who's going to get fired, Jason. Premier League did not take place this weekend. We had the FA Cup. We had a great upset. Great job, Lincoln. You successfully pissed off Joey Barton, Burnley player, who's just venting all of his feelings on Twitter, getting really upset about how people are looking into his life and everything that went on. But anyway, Lincoln beat Burnley in FA Cup. That's the magic of the Cup. As we were shooting this clip, Sutton, non-league Sutton, who have part-time footballers that are like plumbers and builders, are going to host Arsenal.
Is it Iceland?
Imagine
Iceland had part-time football players.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of professional players either.
They did fine.
They did pretty good.
Sutton, so they have part-time plumbers and builders. What would be their name? What would they be? The Sutton
Labourers.
Ah, good. That's
Pretty good against
good.
the Arsenal.
Aren't they they're the Gunners?
The Arsenal. Yeah, you said no. They're the good. But did you not make up one of your names
for
for them?
Arsenal. I didn't touch that one.
Anyway,
maybe the cavalry. The cavalry.
Maybe because they have an Arsenal. I get it.
We
But
have
it's
to go
not.
back.
They're not shooting. They're shooting blanks at the moment. So maybe we could say that. So now we discussed this clip, right? Every year there's a few casualties in the Premier League. A few people that don't make it back. Not just the teams that are relegated, but the managers that are lost amidst a turmoil of a Premier League season. So as you look at the Premier League table, let's take a poll, Jason. As I go through from 1 to 6, I will successfully say that none of those managers,
Don't say.
1 to 7, will be sacked. But
Number 4 should
number
be.
4 should be, but it will not. Like it's like sacking. It's like if the Lakers sacked Kobe Bryant. You know, if they just like terminated his contract and didn't let him leave on his own terms. Like Kobe wanted to leave on his own terms because he was done.
Would have been better for the Lakers.
But imagine the reputation that the Lakers would have if they said. So Arsenal, as much as I rag on Arsene Wenger, the headline's never going to read Arsene Wenger sacked. Even if the board said to him, Arsene, it's time, he's going to be like, all right, well, let me go out with some dignity. I'm going to resign. And I think that's going to happen at the end of this season. I really do.
Pardew's got to be in trouble.
So there's already been some casualties. Alan Pardew's sitting on his million upon million payout because he obviously is no longer manager of Crystal Palace, in which Sam Allardyce is probably making some funds.
You guys all pronounce it weird. I got it right, though.
He's the Crystal Palace manager now, and they're sitting in the bottom 3 along with Sunderland and Hull City. David Moyes. Fall from grace. Probably the biggest fall from grace you can imagine, from Everton to Manchester United and then a brief stint in Spain.
He deserved, but here's the thing. People say it's like a fall from grace, right? He was gifted grace.
Yes.
He couldn't handle grace, and now he's actually managing what is deserving.
Yep.
For David. Was it Jojo Moyes is on Twitter? David Moyes. David Moyes. In that case, I was also going to say Claudio Ranieri is going to be a very hot topic by the end. I know, and he won the Premier League, and he's playing in the Champions League, and I get it. I understand that. However, they're figured out.
It's like
the team has been figured out.
Here's another comparison I'm just going to throw out. It would be sacking Ranieri would be like firing Gandalf after losing one of the battles. You know, he would lose a battle, you know, but you can't sack him. He's going to bounce his way back.
Gandalf?
You fucked up Gandalf.
But they didn't know Gandalf was going to bounce back. You're pretty much saying...
You didn't know Gandalf was going to bounce back?
Hold on. Let's put this in perspective. At the time when Gandalf lost, right?
When he get killed by the dragon.
Right, so at the time he sacrificed himself. And Gandalf, he sacrificed himself. So in this example, Claudio Ranieri sacrificed himself to win a Premier League, right? We don't know if he's going to come back to win another Premier League, but just what if Gandalf never came back and they just get completely wrecked by the Eye of Sauron? It's just done. I'm missing like a lot of in between, but still.
What if Gandalf
doesn't come back? You're going to cry.
Never came back.
What if he doesn't come back? I'm writing my own Lord of the Rings. I'm going to write the Lord of the what could have been.
Anyway,
Frodo dies, Bilbo dies.
Jesus.
Not he. What is his name? The blonde hair.
The
white hair, Legolas, but what's his actor's name? Orlando Bloom, super dead.
The one
Eye of Sauron versus a fucking bow and arrow. Come on.
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going on this tangent because I like it. I love how as the books went on and the movies,
you read the books, so I just.
But as the movies went on as well, like in the books, Samwise Gamgee didn't turn into a fucking warrior the way he did in the movie. Like they were vulnerable hobbits, like outsized, outmatched, outpowered. And then by the time we get to the third movie or the second movie, Samwise is just like chopping down like
trees.
No, not trees. He's chopping down his opponents as if he's been fighting his whole life. And I'm like, come on, man.
Okay, a couple things. What? Overmatched, oversized, overpowered. In terms of the movies, man, the ending, it's like 4 hours. First of all, have you ever watched, you can watch the extended versions.
Why would anyone do that?
There you can watch all 3 extended. It's like 16 hours.
Right, so anyway,
I knew Gandalf was coming back.
Back to the substance at hand.
David Moyes, Claudio Ranieri.
David Moyes is definitely in trouble. Claudio Ranieri, I can't bring myself to say it. There's no way. You can't win a Premier League for a team, even if you get relegated. There's no way. There's no way you could fire that man. There would be uproar in Leicester.
If you get relegated, that should be a death sentence.
You're in the last 16 of the Champions League, though.
Yeah, but you're not going back next year.
Doesn't
Wait,
matter.
how do you get an automatic bid back?
You have to win it.
There you go. Win the Champions League, save your job.
Get relegated. That's
What are you
it.
talking? You're laughing. You're laughing at
I know.
me. Like
I don't know why I'm
You're
laughing.
You could have laughed last year at 3,500 to 1 odds or whatever the F it was for Leicester City to win the Premier League.
I really don't know why I'm laughing.
dare you.
West Ham sitting mid-table. They had a shaky start the season. Slaven Bilic steadied that ship, so I don't think that he's in any sort of risky situation. The Swans already went through transition, right? We already had
Not much to show for it.
Bob
Yes.
Bradley. They made a parody account.
American,
of him.
right?
Yeah, an American guy. So
Goes
he
to
already was on that revolving door. He made his way out. So there's been some casualties already. But it's just, if you're a team like anywhere from Watford to Leicester in the Premier League table and you survive at this point, your managers did a decent job. If you're a team like West Ham who's on the cusp of greatness last year with quality players and then you kind of finish mediocre again, especially with that new stadium and the fan base, there's going to be a time where they want to keep pushing forward. I think Slaven Bilic is a fantastic manager. But if you're right there or thereabouts again, like, it's going to be a tough situation to think, how do we continue to move forward? Do we keep the management? Do we change? But sometimes teams change too quick and all of a sudden they fall flat in their face. But Everton doing well this season. Ronald Koeman's a fantastic manager. Great acquisition from Southampton to bring him there. He's definitely safe. He's going to be the manager to lead them forward. West Brom, what a phenomenal season they're having so far. So, yeah, I think as you look to the bottom half of the table, I think anyone in the bottom 3 is going to be looking to switch things up if they happen to get relegated. It usually happens as well.
I like relegation battle. I like to. That's like, you wanted to talk about winning a championship. Try fighting for your life in the Premier League. That's the real heart.
That's what relegation and promotion adds to the Premier League, and it's like, I know other leagues have that. Maybe it's just because I'm overexposed to the Premier League, but there's something beautiful about watching a team just fight for their life and try to get any point. Like, that's why when it comes down to the last 10 games of the Premier League, which we're getting very close to, is you can't look at any game in the fixture list and say that's a guaranteed win, because something comes out of teams like Hull, something like Leicester did 2 years ago. Leicester were now one of the most feared opponents in the league.
They're fighting and playing for their house, their family, their apartments.
They're giving Al Pacino speeches every single game. It's an inch. Game of inches. And we'll see who's got the most inches.
It's now time for our extra time segment, but we are out of time.
Sorry.
Griffin.
Sorry, Griffin. Next time. We'll get you on. We'll find it out. Put us in the comments. Who do you think's facing the Dan Mac? The Dan Mac this year.